Hey, what's up? I'm back again. Well, already back with another video. And one thing I forgot to show was this cute little pumpkin. It's like a clear orange pumpkin that you can put candy in, like a candy dish, or you can put a fake tea light or a battery operated tea light and light it up. So I'm looking forward to putting that on display for Halloween. And one thing I wanted to talk about before the sun comes up is I want to title this video All of My Heart. Okay, and what that is, it was one of the things that I watched with my mom when I was at her house, and I just wanted to say that that is a good series. You know, I actually found myself enjoying watching movies with my mom as opposed to being made to feel uncomfortable as I do so many times, you know, with these children's shows that I'm tired of watching. And it's actually gotten to the point where I just can't even force myself to watch a lot of these children's shows. Because, I mean, if I'm going to get into a children's cartoon, I would probably want to get into one that I don't know like the back of my hand and that isn't a reboot. Like something that I could have been watching way back when, but wasn't. Okay, so if I'm going to get into watching a cartoon, it won't be Rugrats. Okay, and I just wanted to talk about, you know, the All of My Heart series and how it's just so pleasant. And, you know, I'm just starting to have my mom's taste in movies. You know, she likes romance movies. And one thing I like about it, as I've stated before, there was no mention of anyone's bodily functions. And as far as I recall, there were no main characters under 18, okay? It has gotten to the point where, I mean, that just kind of breaks a movie for me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having characters under 18, but really they should be minor characters if they appear at all, okay? A movie shouldn't focus on characters under 18. Just like my neighbor should really stop running the water up there. So, I don't know. I just don't know what it is. But it's like the higher I get into my 30s, and unfortunately I'll turn 40 next year. But I just don't know what it is that I'm becoming increasingly annoyed with children, both in real life and on the internet and in movies. I mean, like I've stated before, you know, I don't think that every character should be over 18 necessarily, but the more a cartoon or movie focuses on characters that are underage, so to speak, the less enjoyable it is. And it has taken me kind of getting away from the Rugrats obsession to take a step back and realize that. I mean, really and truly, I just had a very specific fascination with one character. And you can imagine the one that she is. And, you know, just kind of removing myself from the obsession has really just allowed me to see that I never really liked it all that much to begin with. I mean, if you ignore the non-white characters that they added later, then you come to realize that all the white characters, well, among the white characters, there were mostly boy babies. And if you take away Lil for being redundant, because, you know, I've come to believe that really and truly, I mean, they wanted to introduce a boy in a dress. That's what they really wanted. In their stupid gay agenda brains in the 90s. That's what they really wanted, you know, back when it wasn't the in thing yet. You know, they were going to do it in a more subtle way. And so they introduced Phil, you know, because they really wanted a baby boy in a dress, okay? And so the only way they could justify him wearing a dress was to say that he was wearing it to be like his twin sister and put a pair of shorts under it, so he'd technically also be wearing pants, okay? So, you know, I've just come to realize that I don't really like the series all that much. And I don't like children's shows in general, you know? I mean, I am a late 30s woman. I guess you could say a middle-aged woman. And it's becoming more depressingly obvious every year, you know, that, I mean, this is my 40th year of life because I'm 39. And, you know, it's like the older I get, the more annoying a movie is when it contains or focuses too much on children, okay? When they're the main characters, you know, I've come to realize that it's just totally annoying. And I don't know what it is. You know, part of it could be, you know, just the increasing realization that I'm further and further from that age group. You know, they're a continuous reminder of just how old I am in comparison to them. Or, you know, a reminder of what I didn't do with my life. You know, not that I would ever want to have kids. But they're a continuous reminder of how most women just blindly accept the idea that they just have to have a baby. And, you know, I mean, every time I look at somebody's Facebook that I knew way back in high school and haven't seen in a while, it looks like they have kids. And not that I want any kids, but, you know, it's just very annoying that everyone thinks the world just evolves around kids. And then as the kids get older, it's like you never hear anything about them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Just like I've stated before, it's like once the kids get into school, it's like, you know, you never hear anything about that kid, hardly ever. And so, yeah, I just really don't enjoy kids' movies anymore. But I'm starting to enjoy things that my mom likes, you know, such as these romance movies that focus on young adults primarily, and the All of My Heart series that we watched, and a few other movies that I liked. But, you know, I don't know, I just feel like I'm changing in my preferences, and I'm becoming more easily annoyed, and it's harder for me to listen to things or watch them or endure them when I don't really care for them. You know, the older I get, it's like I have less time to waste doing things I don't completely enjoy. And, you know, it's just, I know this will be a horrible video with that noise, but, you know, it's just not something that I like anymore. And it's becoming like, you know, way back when I was a teenager, about 16, you know, I used to be obsessed. And another thing that I've been known to obsess on a lot are songs. It's like I would get one song stuck in my head and I would just listen to it ad nauseum, you know, just over and over again. I'd have it on repeat. And I did that with Pretty Fly for a White Guy. When I was 16, I would just listen to it. I'd come home from school and I'd just lay in my bed and listen to Pretty Fly for a White Guy as many times in a row as I could, you know, before my mom would tell me to get out of that bed and do something. You know, if I wasn't doing my homework or whatnot, or I wasn't sleeping or eating, you know, I was probably listening to Pretty Fly for a White Guy by The Offspring. And I had this one CD, you know, because this was way back in the days of the CD, and I just burned like that song over and over again, I think 10 times or more on the CD, and I would just put it in my Discman or whatever kind of CD player I had with earphones, and I would just listen to it all afternoon, you know, all weekend long, instead of hanging out with friends. And then, you know, eventually I kind of broadened my horizons and listened to other Offspring songs and other songs in general. You know, I would pick another song to obsess on. Finally, they turned the water off. But, you know, stuff like that, it's like I look back on that and I listen to that song and it's like, what did I ever see in that song? You know what I'm saying? It's like, now the only way I can really enjoy it is without the lyrics, you know, without the singing, like just the guitars, basically. You know, that's about the only cool thing about it anymore is the guitar music. And I now find Dexter Holland's voice to be somewhat irritating, listening to that song. And now that you can't just go on Ricky Lake, you know, that makes it outdated. You know, I just don't see what I saw in that song. And it's like so many other things, you know, even if you could refute what I've been saying about the Rugrats over the past, what, is it going to be 3 years in January? Oh my goodness. Even if you could say that I was wrong, which you never will prove me wrong, because you just can't disprove something in a cartoon. But even if that were not the case, what I've been saying, you know, it would still be an outdated show about kids that wear ugly clothes. You know what I'm saying? They wear stupid clothes. I mean, you'd be ridiculous if you wore that style today. So, you know, I don't have to justify why I'm not going to watch children's cartoons. And if I want to go back with my mom, or, you know, or if I just don't want to watch TV in general, you know, like right now I have the TV on and I don't know what it's playing, but I just have it to illuminate my face. So, yeah, that's how I feel about cartoons and TV. And I like the All of My Heart series.